Hi everybody and welcome, this is the Apostate Prophet. I hope you're having a great day. I was just preparing a video concerning the end of the world, and it concerns Istanbul in a way. It will be pretty good. And then I got news about Istanbul, that a major World Heritage Site, the Aja Sofija Museum, is being turned into a mosque. A Turkish court has just ruled, and Erdogan has just ordered and publicly shared that the Aja Sofija Museum is going to be turned into a mosque. The Aja Sofija is in Istanbul, in its old historic site, and it is currently still a museum. You can go in there and observe the Christian Orthodox icons, Christian depictions. The Aja Sofija has a long and important history. It was built in the 4th century in the Eastern Roman Empire and served as the major church and cathedral of the Eastern Orthodox Christianity. It served as the seat of the Eastern Orthodox Patriarch. As part of Islam's endless conquests against the world, in 1453, Constantinopol was conquered by the Ottomans and turned into an Islamic city. When it was conquered, the soldiers who conquered the city were also allowed to loot and pillage the city. And that included the Aja Sofija, because it was known or said that the Aja Sofija contains a lot of great treasures. So such a place that was considered holy by Orthodox Christians was completely desecrated and looted and conquered, and afterward it was turned into a mosque. The issue is that the conquest of Constantinople, now known as Istanbul, is of great importance to Islam and Islamic history, and to Turkish history. The conquest of Constantinople was supposedly prophesied by Muhammad, so Muslim forces saw it as their obligation to conquer that city and to turn it into an Islamic place. This serves as Islam's historical plan. Conquering Constantinople means making Islam victorious over Christianity, which is considered false. It is considered one step to conquering the world and spreading Islam to the world. And converting the Aja Sofija from a church into a mosque is considered just part of that, Islamic dominance. What happened is that at the beginning of the last century, in the 1930s, Atatürk, who was the founder of the modern Republic of Turkey and who was secular, ordered to turn the Aja Sofija Mosque into the Aja Sofija Museum. That was made in order to abandon the past imperialist, Islamic supremacist history, and the Aja Sofija served as a symbol of coexistence in a modern secular state. But over the last few decades, among the traditionalist, conservative, religious population in Turkey, the sentiments of turning the Aja Sofija back into a mosque have been very loud, and they have been getting louder and louder. And now Erdogan, the president of Turkey, who wants to gain popularity among the traditionalists, has finally made their dream come true. So what happened here is that at the beginning of the last century, Turkey made a step toward secularization, modernity, coexistence, abandoning the imperialist past, and now we are falling back and going backwards. What needs to be said is that Muslims and Turks have absolutely no need for the Aja Sofija Mosque, because right across from the mosque there is the Blue Mosque, or the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, which serves as an even bigger place of worship for Muslims who want to worship. The Aja Sofija Mosque could have just stayed a museum, registered as a great landmark, a World Heritage Site. Turning it back into a mosque is completely, purely symbolic, provocative, fueled by anti-Christian sentiments, fueled by the sentiments that Islam is superior, that Turks and Turkish Muslims are strong, and they defeat Christianity. This is a symbol of Islamic dominance. It is very common among traditionalists in Turkey and in other Muslim cultures to say things like, Islam will dominate, Islam dominates the world, Islam will dominate the world again, they are all afraid of us. It is really very clear this is completely a symbolic, provocative sign of Islamic supremacy. Nothing else. What is funny is that Turkish Muslims still call the mosque Aja Sofija, from Aja Sofija, without even knowing what it means. It means holy wisdom, which is a Christian concept, or more of an Orthodox Christian concept, which stands for Jesus Christ as the wisdom of God. He is wisdom himself. So this church or cathedral is dedicated to Jesus for his holiness, his wisdom, his divinity, because Jesus is God. And Muslims are using that same name without knowing what it means, while calling it a mosque. Someone should inform them about that. The main excuse that Muslims make now, who rejoice about these news, is that it is legitimate Muslim land and Muslims can do whatever they want within Muslim land. No one can tell them what to do. That is very funny because Muslims are usually the first and the loudest to complain when other people, when other non-Muslim nations, non-Muslim people do in their own lands what they want to do. When it is something that is contrary to Islam or something that offends Islam in any way, they complain very loudly. But when something so insulting and so hostile and so supremacist happens in a Muslim land, then they say, well, it's Muslim land, we can do whatever we want. But this is nothing unfamiliar. Conquering and desecrating the holy sites and the places of worship of other people's religions is something that has always happened in Islamic history. It has happened in the Middle East, in North Africa, in Europe, in Anatolia, Turkey, in India, and even at the very beginning of Islam. Think of it, the Kaaba itself was originally a place of worship, a temple of the Meccan Arab polytheists. What Islam did is to conquer it, to destroy everything polytheistic about it, and to dedicate it as the center of Islam, based on the claim that it was originally Islamic, that it does originally belong to the God of Islam, Allah. Of course, Muslims have no problem with that because they agree with the Islamic narrative that this is justified. But how does that look from the perspectives of other religions? I will come to that very soon. For now, I just feel very sad and ashamed for Turkey and what is happening to this nation that was on its path, on its course to secularization and modernization. Thanks for watching. Most of my videos are not monetized. If you want to support what I'm doing, you can support me on Patreon or on apostateprophet.com. I appreciate your support very much. I will be back very soon. Have a great day and stay away from Islam.